All right, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Amawan coming to a quick video. Low when it's edifying and to the point. First and foremost, I want to give honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, rule well and teach well. Shalom to all feel like men that scattered abroad, pushing this truth with all sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And also shalom to very few sincere sisters that's taking heed and getting in order in these last days. Right, so I'll come at you to a quick video, of pushing prophecy, man. Lord, what he says in the book of Amos 3 and 7, surely the Lord will do nothing but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. Right, we are ahead of the curve, man. Right, the Lord has blessed us with discernment. Same thing with he was telling Yahweh was telling the disciples, man, for these signs. And we're seeing these things accumulate. We're seeing these things add up to what the MOTB, man, digital ID, right? Those things are going to add up into what? Having that RFID here, right? So here's another article, right? Brother was going into, I think the elder Kanak was going into this exact article, if I'm not mistaken. I was just so busy driving and listening to it. I just clicked on the video and just listened to the audio, But it says Mexico makes biometric identifier mandatory for all citizens, right? So we just talked about how it was in UK, Britain, how they're doing the same thing. They're making things mandatory. Look at the word that they're using now, right? The words that they're using is changing, not optional no more. Things are going mandatory, right? Let's look up the word for mandatory. Required by law or rules. See, these are the new rules in order to keep maneuvering inside society. They're going to keep squeezing in, right? You want that so much fun out of this world, right? Take this requirement. This is the next step to keep so-called having fun, which you're really just dying. You're really just dying out, But in order to keep, to keep going on inside the society, you have to keep taking these steps, right? Which this raises the precursor to what to the chip, man. And like I said, I'm not gonna go into the article. Really, just like the elder said himself, the article, the headline itself tells you everything, man. Because what we've been speaking is going to be a new world order, right? It's going to be like, matter of fact, let's get on scripture in the book of Revelation. Because in the book of Revelation 3 and 10, the Lord is prepping us right now on the day-to-day trials, not eating, moving around, staying in the spirit, because all of these things are getting us prepared for the time of Jacob's trouble, right? The book of 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 40, right? Make you all ready for the battle. Going to be like pilgrims upon the earth, right? And that battle is going to be really heavy with this MOTB. Not eating, moving from house to house or wherever the Lord have you moving to. Also, being in a concentration camp, But this is Revelation 3 and 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. Right? All of these things, right? All of these countries are getting geared, right? Geared as in they're organizing, they're planning, they're heading towards this one system, this new world government, right? And what's going to be the face of it is that chip, man, right? But they have to, what we talk about, they're moving in increments, to get to that one destination, right? In the world, even in the truth, we go, hey, take it one step at a time, and that's how Esau Edom is moving, one step at a time, right? It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, right? Us hopefully keeping the word of his patience. This is the beautiful return of doing so. I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Right. So that's a super cut to these other camps that don't believe in that these other nations are gonna come down and sit down and they be upon the one government. It's a cut. Because first of all, like I said, we scripture talk about how we're scattered. To the four corners of the earth. So this trial has to come upon the whole world. Hey, you got brothers in the UK London, all out there, right? So this try got to come upon them as well, But all I'm getting all is that this right is a precursor to it. These other nations, Mexico is gearing towards. You got Sweden, you got China with the credit score, digital credit score and stuff like all of those things are getting you prepared for the RFID help, man. All right, you're finna come with those draconian laws real soon, right? That's why it says in the book of Revelation 13-16 in the NLT, he required all, he required all to have this device, right? So from there, you got Mexico biometric identifier Mexico makes a biometric identifier mandatory for all citizens, right? And it's the other one, that was recently posted, from brothers, right? You have Kenya, right? It ain't no coincidence, man, right? See, the other four, they ain't talking about it because they don't have the truth. We've been telling you about it. We've been telling you, hey, this right is going to happen real soon, right? It's going to be the new way of living. So, I'm not going to read too much of this one either. It says Kenya's digital ID, Maisha Namba, rollout and public concerns. See, Kenya is rapidly advancing its digital identity system, Maisha Namba, aiming to streamline government services and boost the digital economy. However, the initiative faces public apprehension regarding data privacy and potential exclusion, right? And that's what's happening, right? We've been telling you guys, Esau wants full control. That's who runs the world. So I'm gonna say Esau. Esau wants full control, and this is the new wave. So everybody has to adapt to the new wave. They're gonna consent to that new wave. Let me grab the precept, the book of Habakkuk. Right, and I really can close out on that. Like, just want to get straight to the point with this video. It's the book of Habakkuk 2:2 in the NLT. It says, "Then the Lord said to me, write my vision plainly on tablets, so that a runner can I can't get the words straight. So like, then the Lord said to me, write my answer plainly on tablets, so that a runner can carry the correct message to others." Right? So we've been breaking down this prophecy the correct way, telling you how things are going to advance, gradually get to the next step. Right? So hey, we giving them the correct answer, man. We giving them the correct message. Right? And now we're seeing it. Right? Now we're seeing the prophecy roll out stronger, and like the apostle Ramos had said, you about to see how IUIC try to wiggle really all these camps, man, not just IUIC. We about to see how they about to wiggle their doctrine back around, man. They were speaking about the dude Nate from IUIC. I didn't say it wasn't a chip. He about to try to finesse his way around, but the receipts is there, the videos are there, to show you that who was telling the truth the whole time, didn't have to lie to you, right? Not charging you for no breakdown. The scriptures talk about, hey, when these things shall come and pass, then shall they know that a prophet was among them. So you're gonna know who's telling the truth from the get-go, right? But we carrying the correct message, right? And it's phases, it's layers to it, to this MOTB system. So yes, they have to roll out with a digital ID. They got to get you, they got to guide you in with it. They can't just shove out the MOTB, right? People wouldn't take it. They wouldn't really digest it, like what it's for and how can it help. Nah, they got to gradually feed the world that, So it says part right here. It says verse 3. It says this vision is for a future time, it describes the end, and it will be fulfilled, right? The words of the Lord will not come back unto him void. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. And we're seeing it faster than ever, man. The days are going by fast, which is prophecy, right? We're seeing the words being manifest, being made known. We're seeing it, man. You know, we're seeing the value of gold is shooting up, right? The money, the dollar is being weakened each and every day. You know, and what's going to be the substitute for the actual not digital dollar? What's going to be the substitute for the FRNs, right? This paper money. It's going to be what? The digital the chip, man. That's what's going to lead to, man. Right? This digital ID, all of that stuff. This is just a halfway. It's a halfway mark. And then boom, after that halfway mark, they're going straight to the chip, man. Right? So I'm gonna close out with that Ezekiel 33 and 33, and I'm gonna close out. I'm gonna close out with that. It's come down the pipeline, and like we always teach, do not take this chip, man. It's gonna get hard, but hey, man, that's when you being sincere and believing in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Hey, the Lord's gonna reward us in these hard, troubling times, right? That's why he said, hey, keep my patience, man. Obey me, so I can give you a reward, and that's going to be what? Keeping you from the hour of temptation. This is Ezekiel 33 and 33. But when all these terrible things happen to them, this is the NLT, as they certainly will, then they will know a prophet has been among them, right? You're going to know that a prophet was warning you about this troubling time with the MOTB was coming, you know, and it's right here, right? So Lord, when blessings edifying, I'm going to give our honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, by Shem Krakadash. Shalom.